Hello there. My name is Sometimes Heather and I play Elder Scrolls Online. Today, we are going to continue the Markarth zone story with Lady and Rose, my Stormsong vampire. We should probably maybe change our dress today. I feel like I've been wearing the same costume for 10 years. We seem to be in Oxand Caverns.
What are you doing down here, Mother?
That is like seriously pretty. Let's start with today's daily endeavors. Today's daily endeavors encourage us to... Hold up. To kill 5 plant creatures, harvest 8 resources from the world, complete 1 duel, consume 2 foods, or complete 2 stages in the Infinite Archive. This week's weekly endeavors encourage us to visit 2 player homes, complete 4 heists, or complete 3 trials. These are like seriously off-balanced this week. Doing 3 trials takes hours. Completing 4 heists is a huge task unless you're like a seasoned thief, and visiting 2 player homes is like 90 seconds of your time. I wonder what happened there. Did they do that on purpose, or was it an accident? Who knows? I don't. So, let's continue with the Markarth zone story by speaking with Count Verandis Ravenwatch.
This must be Blackreach. I've read the legends, but I never thought it was real. The stories hardly do it justice. Perhaps one day I'll have an opportunity to explore it more fully. For now, we have work to do. Are you still with me, my friend?
I'm with you, but Lady Belaine took the Oxand Keystone.
Ah, the Keystone. What is it, and how is it connected to that dwarven structure? Why are they so important to Rada and Lady Belaine? Perhaps they seek to harness some sort of dwarven sorcery? Well, regardless, we can't allow them to achieve their goal.
Should we go after them?
Yes, but we need to proceed with caution. We don't know the purpose of the Keystone, and we don't know what they plan to do with it. That said, we are not without our own talents. We can overcome any obstacles and find a way forward. We always do.
I will help you find a way into that dwarven ruin.
I'll meet you across the river. Together we'll find a way to enter that ruin. Seeing Rada again, it reopened many old wounds. He wasn't always the villain. At least, I like to think he wasn't. Ah, a fool's hope is a dangerous thing.
As usual, we had the chance to explore the lore a little bit further, but we can just venture into the blue wilderness. That's... Yesterday I was streaming Oblivion and my fingers were in Elder Scrolls Online. Today it seems to be quite different. So we're going here.
I'll meet you outside the ruin, my friend.
I'll meet you outside the ruin. Pretty. Oh, we meet enemies along the way. Now, how do we get to the other side? I suppose we need to descend. But before we do, as usual, we are drinking coffee. just remembered I forgot to took my allergy medicine today. So if I start coughing, please don't worry, it's just allergies. Resource. Harvest in order to fulfill daily endeavor. Harvest all the way to mushroom. And there are multiple containers around the catapult thingy, so don't forget to get those. Ah yes, this is the place where you come to when daily endeavors encourage you to kill 5 void creatures.
There you are. We have a problem.
We have a problem? Oh dear. Let's see, what is the problem?
This is where Rada and Lady Belaine entered the structure, but I can't find any way to open the doors. I suspect this may be why they needed the keystone.
So how do we follow them without a keystone of our own?
Good question. Let's look around. Not all of the ruin remains intact. Portions have crumbled over the ages. Perhaps we can find a path through the rubble. Just be cautious. I've seen both constructs and shadowy creatures prowling this ruin.
Constructs and shadowy creatures?
The constructs are dwarven and expected. The shadows, some sort of beings made of inky darkness. Quite unsettling and potentially dangerous. Something unusual has taken hold of this place.
Arana sensed something down here. She called it a darkness.
Reach magic strikes me as wild and unpredictable. Arana clearly shares a strong connection with the ebb and flow of the spirits, though. She might have sensed these creatures, but I suspect something else caused her distress.
Something else?
The source of these shadow beings, these shades. I sense a corruption, a void. The longer I'm close to it, the more I suspect it may be the very thing that drew Rada and Lady Belaine here in the first place. Stay alert, my friend.
Alright, search for an entrance. Let's get rid of Markarth. So what do we find here?
That door is clearly blocked. And that strange energy.
A strange energy
Is there something on the floor?
and not. Also back. The Library of Arksand. We reached the ruins that Lady Belaine calls the Library of Arksand. It doesn't look like a library to me. Belaine's obsession with awakening this dark relic concerns me. I think centuries of isolation have taken their toll. The relic's presence seems to have created some sort of strange energy pockets. Lady Belaine claims her people harness the power of the energy to move short distances, to reach otherwise inaccessible locations. The Ashen Lord has tasked me to investigate this phenomenon further, as it could be of great benefit to the Grey Host. I shall do my best to confirm the application of these void portals. I will be cautious, however. I have seen what happens. over time to those who draw sustenance from the darkness here. It is no way to live. I understand this alliance with Lady Belaine is necessary to the Grey Host goals, but we cannot become entrapped in her madness. Pentarch? Serenus.
Anything worth
And
reporting
now we
about
need
the contents of that
to
note?
speak with the Count again. There was a very loud delivery truck outside. I don't know if you heard it, but I did. And I got concerned. What the heck's going on?
That parchment appears relatively fresh and intact. What does it say?
It's written by a Grey Host Pentarch. Apparently, this is the Library of Arxand.
The Library of Arxand. Interesting. I assume a dwarven library houses more than simply books. Anything else of pertinence written there?
It suggests that Lady Belaine wants to awaken some sort of dark relic.
A dark relic?
A dark relic.
That sounds ominous. And quite likely related to the darkness that Arana sensed, and I now feel as well. That could be the source of these shades. Anything else?
It mentions void portals, strange energy pockets that can be harnessed to travel short distances.
Void portals, a dark relic resonating power, and strange shades. We can't let any of this fall into Rada and Lady Belaine's hands. Let's see what we can find on the other side of this structure.
All right, I will keep looking. Our friends in this story seem to speak with their hands more than other NPCs. I find it amusing. Delightful, even. So what do we find on the other side of the ruin?
Such destruction, and not the slow decay of time. Something terrible happened here.
Void portals, another note. The others have long gone in search of the Arxand Keystone. Lady Belaine and the Ashen Lord needed to access the library. I need to learn more about this energy, though. The silent emptiness of these ruins is a perfect environment to conduct my research. No one to disturb me but mindless constructs and these strange twisted shades fitting between pockets of energy in the blink of an eye. Lady Belaine seems to be able to use these void portals. Surely I can discover the secret for myself. Despite Lady Belaine's guarded secrecy concerning the dark relic, I have made a breakthrough. Upon examining the concentrated energy in the ruins, I discovered small pieces of a shard-like material that seems to originate inside the darkness. Each shard had a heaviness to it, almost as if a force was pulling outside objects into itself. If I concentrate, I can feel the same pull in the surrounding energy pockets. Each shard seeks to return to the energy it surely emerged from. I wonder what will happen if I approach one of the energy pockets with it. Another discovery. I approached an energy pocket with a shard, and the secret became apparent. As I got closer, the pull became stronger. Suddenly, I felt what can only be described as a slip, as if I tripped and fell, not down but sideways. Looking round, I realized I was somewhere new. I had been pulled with the shard through the energy to this new location. Harnessing the energy has opened the long-sealed doors of this ruin to me. Perhaps we will not need the Arxand Keystone to enter the library after all. At least not to get inside the structure. Knowing Lady Belaine, the keystone has another function that she has yet to share with the Ashen Lord. Pentak Serenus.
That's a strange-looking shard.
So here we find a void shard. As we examine it, we find secrets.
Another note and a strange shard. What do you think, my friend?
The note says that Pentak figured out how to use the void portals. It mentions shards like this.
Interesting. The shards remind me of something torn from the darkest corner of oblivion. As unsettling as that object is, I think we should hold on to it, especially if we can use it to navigate the void portals.
The note says that Pentak was pulled through the portals by one of these shards.
I suggest you try to use a shard to propel yourself through one of the void portals. The risks are significant, but if we can turn these strange pockets of energy to our advantage, we have to attempt it.
Alright, let's try. First, eat. Oh, I'm out of food. Oh. Press A while targeting a void portal to travel to it. Use. And bounce.
Good. Well done, my friend.
So we hopped from down there to up here. And this is how we can travel through this pretty incredible structure.
Up there. Try concentrating on that pocket of energy.
And this brings us to the front door. And another. I have a problem. Accent Research Wing.
This is impressive.
Wow. Really, really pretty.
This place. I had no idea. I knew the dwarves created some magnificent structures, but this is amazing. And look, more of those void portals in the higher portions of this. The only word that comes to mind is cathedral.
Why are there so many void portals in and around the library?
Until we find the source, I can only speculate. We need to locate it, learn more about this energy, and determine the true nature of these shades. If Rada and Lady Belaine can harness this dark energy, I hate to imagine what they could accomplish.
What do you think they want with this dark energy?
The longer I spend in close proximity, the more I pick up from the shades. I sense fragmented thoughts and raw emotion. They remind me of pure rage and unbridled pain. Perhaps exploring the library will yield some answers.
Let's explore then. We shall start with this inviting looking container, which is not locked. Sad. Where do we need to go? If memory serves, we meet enemies here and they will distract us from our mission to find out. Wait, like upstairs and such. So marker is here. I'm going to mark it. Mark the marker in order to like navigate a bit more easily. we should find a way to get up there, right? Or through here. I think we get a better view from the other side, so let's start from here. We need to go through that door. I feel silly now. But at least I managed to pause and get my bearings. I shall consider that a win.
Shades. I sense their presence in every dark corner. Keep going.
Access. Dwarven kitchen table granite. Let's look at it. Also, my inventory is full. Pretty. Hey, what's this? I have failed to open a glorious anniversary Jubilee gift box. And there's like all sorts of goodies inside. And my inventory is full. So many troubles all at once. I can sell all of my food recipes, yes. And also that, and that, and also this. Probably that too. No lantern cage, none of those. Well, I don't need those. Just started thinking like many people probably roleplay as mods who probably maybe like want to create furnishings of their own heritage. Like, you know, whatever. I don't know where I was going with that. Okay. Moving on. Solitude bread, partial love. Hungry? So we are at our destination.
Path ends here, but there's a door up above. We need to find a way to reach it.
Reach the door on the upper level. I think we have to use this one first. And then can we... no. How do we... there? This doesn't look right. Nowhere to go. Well, we can get through here. But... that was about it. Unless there's something... oh, there's something upstairs. But where to next? There, perhaps? Count is not helping. So if we hop down, we can probably reach that. And then that. And then we're a bit like back where we started from, are we? Why so difficult? Sometimes it bugs me greatly that the jump button, use button and talk button are the same button. It's inconvenient, but not always. So, oh for goodness sakes. So we go up again. Okay, let's regroup and think. We need to go there. And if we travel to that portal, we have like this huge pile of rocks in the way. What about if we travel there? How do we get to that? Can we reach that portal from here? Probably. That will get us past that like rock formation. And then we have access to the door. I swatted. Did you see me swat? I don't do that often. Investigate the chamber.
Some sort of containment apparatus. And there's a shade trapped at the center.
I require more coffee, so I'm going to park you here for a moment. I will be right back. Oops. I have returned. Oh, we see a pentarch on the other side. Am I in the picture? Yes, I am. Oh, we find another note here. The containment apparatus. Using the void shard to traverse the void portals is exhilarating. It allowed me to reach this ancient chamber with its remarkable containment apparatus. Look how the machine utilizes larger chunks of the void shard. Crystals, actually. It somehow makes use of the dark energy that spills out of these pockets, these breaches in the fabric of reality. Is this the remnant of a dwarven experiment frozen in time? By rotating the crystals, I discovered they serve as focal points for the energy, reflecting and refracting it. Through this amplification, the apparatus begins to stir. Perhaps I can adjust it to stabilize one of the energy pockets. The pull of the energy is powerful, but I must maintain control. If I make a single mistake, I may not be able to pull myself from its grasp. Pentarch, Ceres.
Another sheet of parchment. Bring it here.
Poke. I wish to poke. Then again, it might be hazardous to help. Talk to
Might
the
that be
Count
another
again.
observation by the Grey Host Pentarch? What secrets does it reveal this time?
The apparatus somehow focuses the void energy. I think he tried to use it to stabilize a breach.
Of course. Despite all the knowledge he gained, he made a mistake. That trapped shade. That's the Grey Host Pentarch. We should attempt to free him, if not out of mercy, then to determine what he knows about the dark energy and its source.
The note suggests that the void crystals can be rotated to focus the energy.
Very well. Manipulate the crystals and see if you can set the tortured shade free. Just exercise caution, my friend. I would hate to see you trapped within the apparatus alongside the Grey Host Pentarch.
So let's carefully poke. We have 3 crystals to rotate.
That's it. Keep repositioning the crystals to reflect the energy.
We do like this. Where's the next one? Well, I guess we can just hop over to examine.
That did something. Try to connect the crystals in all 4 corners of the room.
So the next one is there. How through? Well, that's probably a staircase. Or whatever. Portal. Can there be a portal? Is there a portal? How do we get up there? Help. Help! I fear I'm all smarted out here. Cannot reach crystal. And turning other crystals doesn't really do anything because the light is there. Should we have turned the first crystal more? Let's try. No, we can't move it anymore. No. How did you get up there? Dude, share your secrets. Honestly. Oh, there's a word puzzle. Okay, turn crystal. Turn crystal again. We can no longer turn the crystal, so we must move on to floating earth or the next crystal, which is there. This reminds me of the stage in the main quest where we needed to turn were they soul gems or whatever to free someone from their prison. Wow. We have made a bet. I think one more turn. Do it. Okay, 2 more turns. Maybe just give it one more for good measure. How many are there? And am I even doing this right? I'm starting to totally doubt myself. Oh, we did it. Talk to the shade.
That did it! Quickly now, question the shade before it dissipates.
Hello? I'm scared. Tell me about the darkness.
Darkness is a place. Prison and borderland. What was once asleep stirs. And it's hungry. So very hungry.
This darkness, is it what Radal Saran and Lady Blaine seek?
Yes, more than the old one. Yes. The reach for a different purpose. Lady Blaine, the vessel that never fails. She awakens the dark heart. She lies beneath the stars and tears. Do you see? When the dark heart meets, she drains the shadows.
Beneath stars and spheres, where can I find Lady Blaine?
She goes to where the brass wells begin. Inside the glow of horrors. Can you hear it? The beating. Walk between the shadows. I see it in your eyes. You will fall as I have fallen. Dragged down into the darkness.
Oh, I'm a bit afraid now. Speak with the Count.
Such
Perhaps
anguish.
he knows more.
Such pain. Souls trapped in Molag Bol's realm wither over centuries, but this dark heart, it stripped that creature of its vitality almost instantly. I wish it had told us more. It could have been more coherent.
We know that Radal Saran and Lady Blaine are seeking something called the Dark Heart.
Yes, but apparently for different purposes. Unstable breaches in the fabric of reality, imploded chambers, trapped shades. Everything points to some terrible dwarven experiment that went astray. This dark energy is clearly powerful and dangerous.
What could Radal Saran and Lady Blaine want with something like that?
As the Shade implied, they each seek the Dark Heart for a different reason. Can only imagine what Rodder would do with such power. As for Belaine, he called her the vessel that never fills. A curious description. Regardless, we must find them.
Does beneath the stars and spheres mean anything to you?
It must have something to do with the sky above. Or perhaps constellations such as those that led us to Zel. In any event, it's evident that the dark current flowing through this place traps souls and twists them into these shades.
The shape made it sound as though the dark heart is alive.
Perhaps it does possess life of a sort. Certainly it holds a vast amount of power. Power enough that we can't allow Rada or Lady Belaine to get their hands on it. Come, my friend. Let's continue our hunt.
Let's find Rada al-Saran and Lady Belaine. We find a convenient doorway this time. Door to the Library of Dark Sand.
Watch for signs of the Grey Host. That should point us toward Rada and Belaine.
Find more enemies here. There will be no lifting. Do we go this way? No, this way. Got completely turned around for some reason. We find a lift. This will take us to observation deck. I hope we get an incredible
Yes, of
view.
course. An orrery. Rada and Belaine.
just in
we
front.
found them. Let's listen in.
The orrery of Sand, the key to our salvation. It has stood here unmoving for nearly 3,000 years.
You're sure the keystone will power it, Belaine? It must be ready when the time comes.
The keystone is only part of the puzzle. As you agreed, we must also awaken the Dark Heart.
I gave you my word, Belaine. The Grey Host will make your prophecy come true.
Reach Witch signs and portents can be tiresome, but they are necessary for this. The Dark Heart must beat again.
And it will, Belaine. Soon, with the keystone, we can come and go as we please. Now, let us leave this place. We still have much to do before we restart the orrery.
Oh,
Reach
they lead
witch
us back.
prophecies.
Cool.
What fates are you tempting now, Rada? As we speculated, the keystone does more than open doors. Rada and Lady Belaine plan to use it to restart the orrery. The question remains, why? And what role does this Dark Heart play in their schemes?
She mentioned to reach witch prophecies. Do you know what she's talking about?
I'm not sure. We know the Grey Host has Reach witches among its ranks. Perhaps a local coven has some role in all this. We need to speak with Arana. To learn about Reach witch prophecies, we might as well go to an expert.
Should we go after Rada al-Saran and Lady Belaine?
Without the keystone or more of those void portals, we can't get down into the orrery chamber. I'll stay here and try to pick up their trail. I need you to go to Rebel's Retreat and see what you can learn from Arana.
Okie dokie. How do I exit this place? Usually when ESO does this, tells us to return to wherever we started from. They give us an easy way to do that, a portal or in passageway or whatever. So, is there one now? Is this a doorway? Huh. A door to Arksand Cavern. Open. So convenient. Thank you, Todd. But where do we actually need to go? We need to go to a place above ground. Should we just spend a bit of gold to travel there easily? Let's... And here we are. Oh, look at the sky. Pretty. Talk to Arana, who is waiting for us on the other side of the small river.
Keep at it! Put that silver we acquired to good use, you lazy goat herder!
There's a kerfuffle going on. Arana, I have returned.
I wondered if you were going to return, Harrier. The worms and ghosts wouldn't stop whispering to me, talking about dark doings and stirring evil. But they were deadly silent about you. Did you catch up to Lady Belaine?
Sort of, but she got away again. She is trying to awaken something she called the Dark Heart.
The Dark Heart, you say? There's a tale as old as the Ridge with an evil heart at its center. Like most Ridge stories, it ends bloody. Belaine might have slipped your net, but we know what she's on about. Thanks to you, this hunt isn't over yet.
And
The
this
story. Welcome back to
completes
the sky
the
above,
third
Harrier.
stage of the Markarth Zone story. There are 6 stages in total. We have managed to harvest 3 resources from the world. Let's get the rest as well. We will continue with the Markarth Zone story next Thursday at 2 p.m. No. Oh, no, we won't, because I will be abroad. Or actually traveling abroad next Thursday, so there is eine kleine Problem. So I will keep you informed about the schedule, and trust me, we will get through the Dark Heart of Skyrim story eventually. So we're going to Berlin next week, which throws me off my YouTube schedule almost completely. But don't worry, we'll only be there for a few days, so the week before, no, after next week, we'll be in town again. Cornflower, is this our last resource? Yes, it is. And now, I do believe the time has come to say goodbye for now. I will return tomorrow to stream Oblivion Remastered at what time I do not know. And then I will keep you informed about the schedule. That will be strange and unusual. Thank you so much for watching and see you later. Ta.